Hello, Jay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for inviting me onto your debut New York show. We're so excited to have you on our team. So thank you for joining our team. And thank you for sharing your own story, which is amazing, by the way. So very much appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I realized I didn't talk much about myself. I tend to talk about other issues and people and organizations that are doing incredible work. But as an actor, I guess I should talk about myself more, right? That's like
Yeah, let's talk a
important.
little
Yeah.
bit about you. Now, I know like we were talking before, and I know you just came back from, I believe, San Francisco, and I think you were
Mhm.
in New Orleans too, were you not?
That's coming up. I'm
Oh, that's
filming a
coming up.
TV
Okay.
show in New Orleans next week. Yes, yes.
Wow. And tell us about, so what were you doing out in San Fran?
So in San Francisco, I started actually as a musical theater performer. I went to college for musical theater. And then when I lost my leg, I actually got laughed out of a musical theater audition.
Wow.
They heard me sing and they were like, amazing voice. We want to invite you to the callbacks, but it's a dance callback. So, ha ha
Oh,
ha. And
ooh,
I was like, is this what it's going to be like now?
wow.
It was awful. So I stopped doing musicals for a while, but I went to San Francisco because I was cast in a new musical, and it was such an amazing experience. The role actually was written. Specifically, they were hoping to cast someone with a disability in this role. She's a track coach, and the musical is called Alice Bliss. It's a gorgeous new musical. And I played a track coach who also happens to be a veteran who lost her leg, in the war,
Wow.
being in the army. So it's an incredible new musical. I get to sing a ton of songs. So it was an amazing experience with TheaterWorks in San Francisco, and hopefully we'll be performing the musical again soon. So
Well,
it's a beautiful musical, super inclusive, and the music. Oh my gosh, the music just gorgeous. So
well,
yeah.
make sure you keep us posted as we love to showcase it if we're able and support you in this great endeavor. So that's wonderful. I do
Thank
want to
you.
touch on one thing. I really appreciate you sharing your experience, like you said about losing your leg. I know that must have been extremely difficult. And this is what we're all about, right? This is what the channel's all about. We're all about sharing experiences, supporting each other. So many people around the world are disabled or are going to become disabled. So we thought it was very important to create a platform like this where we can showcase abilities, right? We do not discriminate. So we invite every disabled people into our club, whether you're brown, black, male, female, 72 years old, doesn't matter. We're one big, we're the biggest club in the world. We're the biggest club in the world. So for you sharing your experience, and it must have been like for myself, I have an incurable illness. I've had it my whole life. So I don't know any different, right? I've been around the Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, sick kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't know any difference. For you, like you said before you lost your leg, you're a fully able-bodied person. So can you just, and I don't want to get into too much, but can you just share maybe a couple thoughts on that time?
Sure. I mean, becoming disabled was scary at first because I wasn't sure, like, I didn't even know what a prosthetic leg looked like. Even in the past 10 years, representation in film and TV and theater has really, really grown for people with disabilities. So I feel lucky in a way that I became disabled at a good time to sort of be disabled. It's like on trend now,
Yeah,
like the role I'm about to film is a disability specific role. So writers are out there writing roles for people with disabilities. I'm writing roles for people with disabilities. So I think it's a good time. Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
No, I really thank you, and I really think you're going to be just a real pillar for us in New York City, because I know you're a mover and a shaker, like you're talking about interviewing Dave Stevens on Runway. So that was
Yeah.
wonderful, and we have so many things going on, including. I wanted to give a big shout out again to our sponsor, Accessibility. Thanks, guys. Elon, beautiful people, wonderful people. They stepped up. I know they're really big within the Jewish community, both in New York City and back in Tel Aviv, but I really want to thank the guys for stepping up because without them, it's very hard to produce anything because everything comes with a budget and we want to showcase everybody. So again, I just want to thank them. We're going to show a couple clips during the commercial, but if it's okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about the channel and what we do. Um,
Yes, please.
yeah,
I wanted to ask you about the channel and what was the impetus for the disability channel? Like what inspired
sure.
you? Yeah.
Well, like I said, like I have a wonderful family. We had a wonderful jewelry corporation that our family ran until about 2001. We sold it. We were in downtown Toronto, and I guess I kind of retired, but not really because I was still very young and I really didn't know what to do. So I had an opportunity to pick something and I chose the entertainment business. One thing led to another. I had my own late night show on Fox after Friends. And but I didn't tell anybody I had an illness. That was always in the back
Mm,
of my mind. Nobody knew other than no employer knew because they probably wouldn't hire me. Right. The only people that knew were my
right.
close friends and family. And I was on Fox for quite some time. And then I just had an idea to say, I love what I do. And I bet you there's a lot of other people out there that have mobility issues, but they love to talk. There's a lot of people out there that love to
Yeah.
talk. So I thought, you know what? This might be an opportunity for my community, people who have disabilities or illnesses, who still want to work and are able to work, but unfortunately they're not getting the opportunity. So
Yeah.
I sat down and I just created a template, and the tagline is the Disability Channel by and for persons with disabilities and veterans, because we're huge on veterans, showcasing abilities in media through employment programs. So that's what we
Mm,
do. We have two pillars. One is our employment programs in media for persons with disabilities and veterans. You can go to our website, www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. And soon we're going to have, actually, right now, we're just constructing the disabilitychannel.us. So we're going to have a
mm,
US website for our US people because we're expanding across the United States. We're going to be debuting, just like today's show, we're going to be debuting in LA later this month as we're going to the Super Bowl for the fifth year in a row as media with our sports show and sports hosts, Casey McKay and Dave Stevens on Pressbox. So we're going to be pumping that later and promoting it. Again, we interview everybody from the Gronk to Tom Brady to Evander Holyfield, whoever's at the Super Bowl, right? So we have
wow.
media, yeah, first row media accreditation. So that's exciting. And so there's a couple other things, but really what we're doing is we're expanding our reach, we're expanding our awareness. We're expanding our association. We have some wonderful associates from the Cleveland Clinic, both here in Toronto, where I am. Actually, this is our head office here in Toronto, Canada. And we also deal big with the Cleveland Clinic USA, our leading newspaper up here called the Toronto Star, the NFL, our beautiful associates of ours, Easter Seal. So there's great, great things. There's actually a company in New York City that we're hopefully going to be connecting with. I'm just going to pull up their name here quickly on my phone. And
Yeah.
they are, who are they? They are, where are they? I can't find her. I'll find her.
Ah, the Manhattan
There you go.
Neighborhood Network.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to be teaming up with them and again showcasing abilities and opportunities to the people of New York City and Jersey
And
City.
Jersey. Yeah.
Right? The surrounding area. We love to be in every community across New York City, from Manhattan to the Bronx to Jersey to all over, and just offering opportunities and employment. So again, what it is you. I'll give you like the lowdown. So we connect with local governments, states, ability organizations, corporations, get people off assistance, get them into our programs, and they become self-sufficient, either part-time or full-time, right? So whether you can work
Hmm.
40 hours a week or you can work 10 hours a week, we work from home. So a lot of it is mobility issues, right? So you can work from home just like
Yeah.
we're doing the show today. Obviously, we would like
Yeah.
to get back in person,
That would be
right?
nice. But like today, like I mentioned, like I just hurt my back pretty badly yesterday. So if I had to come to a studio today, I don't know if I can make it. So it's really nice to have the opportunity to work from home. I think the pandemic really showed us that being able to work from home is really important for a lot of people. So
I totally agree. So why don't we take a little bit of a break? And why don't we come back? And I want you to tell me more about New York City because I got some really good plans going on.
Awesome. Sounds great.